Are you becoming a Kaironaut? What is a Kaironaut? And do you want the Kaironaut's Field Guide to the Exploratorium of Epicness? Or if you have it, how can you use it more effectively? I'm Alex Iglesias. I'm the creator of this field guide. I'm going to walk you through a few high-level big ideas so that you can consider whether you want to get it or use it to create a lot more flow in your life. So the big idea here with being a Kaironaut is it's about time. It's about a relationship to time. It's about doing better with the time that we have. We have a limited amount of time. And whether you and I believe in reincarnation or not, I barely remember last week, let alone a past life. So we need to live, I believe, like this is it, whether it is or not. And how do we live fully? How do we stop hiding? How do we not hold back? How do we not even hold back from what we think we should do, but from what we know we shouldn't do, and everything else we want to be intimate with our life? So I created the Kaironaut's Field Guide because we need a way not just to plan our day and find answers and push our way forward or hustle our way forward, especially if you're purpose-driven or especially if you're soul-driven. So the Field Guide is much more of a reflection tool than a design tool. But what's amazing is it actually lets you see the design of your true nature as you go. So it's a wonderful tool for self-knowing and self-growth. The Kaironaut's Field Guide to the Exploratorium of Epicness is an invitation to see the world fundamentally as an invitation to your exploration, your discovery, your drive, your authentic ambition, your snuggles, your love, your joy. It's ultimately about opening deeply for the courage to show up fully engaged with a planet full of play and joy. And I know that is not the most grounded statement in the world. I know that that is a pretty ideal statement. I also believe that it has more to do with our true nature than a lot of what we think we should be doing with our life. There's three big ideas. And in the next few slides, what I'm going to show you is what's in the journal, a few key ideas, and then let you know that there's also an hour-long presentation, very specific deep dive where I comment on pretty much every aspect of the journal. And that's also available for free. It's a masterclass that you can watch anytime. The first big idea comes from Douglas Adams. There's an art, it says, or rather a knack to flying. The knack lies in learning how to throw yourself at the ground and miss. Pick a nice day and try it. So Douglas Adams in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is talking about something that I believe we know as spiritual seekers, as pilgrims, as mystics, magicians, and psychonauts and chiromancers, as people and humans living a spiritual life, wanting to give generously. We have to surrender. And you probably know a lot about surrender and forgiveness and letting go and embodiment and coming home to your body so you can be home in the world. That's learning how to throw yourself at the ground and miss. You let that divine, angelic quality of you and the grounded, visceral, specific parts of you combine and get the work done. The second big idea is kairos. Kairos is an ancient Greek word meaning the right or opportune moment. In contrast with chronos being more linearly focused, sequential time, kairos is a moment of indeterminate time in which events happen. Synchronicity, flow, magic, whether that is a more innocent magic of wonder or a more integral sense of magic where you can also see the system and yet still feel the bliss moving through you. Kairos lets us come alive and do better, do greatly with the time that we have. Third big idea is epic. No doubt you've heard epic used in ways like that was an epic fail or that was so epic. I mean epic in the literal sense of the word, the original sense of it, meaning this combination of the poem, the poetics of your narrative, in combination with the divine spark, divine inspiration moving through you with courage. So extraordinary doings of extraordinary men and women. Now, this isn't about the form of what happens, but the quality of what happens. So when you are doing your best and divinely inspired, so to speak, to write, to create, to be a mother or a father, to get work done, or to commit to a long project, or to be radically present despite suffering in the past, then you are in your epic. Big challenge for you, big challenge for me, is to live our own story and to differentiate from our parents, psychologically and developmentally, to differentiate ourselves from society and the world, and even to differentiate ourselves from our own sense of what we think we should do to find out what life is really asking of us. And so the field guide as a journal is the opposite of every other journal that I've ever worked with and seen. It's got 3 sections. The first section is discovery. Lots of questions, lots of frameworks for triangulating and reflecting essences of what you do by being you. The second phase, 90 days worth of daily acknowledging. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. And the third phase is really just blank pages. It's about complete freedom. So notes, visualization, drawing, connecting the dots, and of course, collecting your insights and wisdom along the journey. The first section of discovery has many frameworks, many key questions. They're about being generative with your wisdom, with your knowing, and practicing the ability to draw out from you what you know, which of course is changing every day. Second phase, the 90 days, we start with just being able to mark the date, acknowledge the day. And so this helps us ground. And to acknowledge is to ground the synthesis, the synergy, the synchronicities into reality through vision, through intention, through whatever the heck is showing up, and being able to talk about it realistically. So when we wake up epic and you acknowledge what's alive for you. Is it dreams? Is it physical mobility? Is it intention? Is it creating? And having this mirror with these key words can help you see some of what the deeper waves that are moving through your life, what they are, what those waves are. What are the currents moving through you? The second step is making space. Third step is being epic. And the fourth step is discovering. And these are key words to spark something in you, to ground the many thoughts and emotions and awarenesses that you have into words that you can relate to. And with those words, you can then generate more and connect more dots. Third phase, emptiness. This is one of the most challenging phases because what are you going to do when there's no structure? Now, there's always some sort of structure. At the very least, there's the structure of your body and the psychology that you've built over the years. But if we're going to go beyond our comfort zone, and if we're going to move beyond our past and our limitations and our perceived limitations, then in certain ways, we get to play the game of letting go of control, surrendering to a bigger flow, many more key ideas. But the real thing is what shows up for you when you make that much space and you make that much love come alive with uncertainty and in your own unknown of your next hero's journey. This is what the Kaironaut's Field Guide is. My clients use it when they're coaching with me. People buy it just on their own to do their own process and their own adventures. But if you feel like, yeah, you know what, being a Kaironaut sounds kind of cool. Sounds like whatever roles I'm playing in life can all be supported by this overarching game of playing the role of a Kaironaut, doing better with the time that I have, relating to time with lots of love, and playing the way forward. The field guide is available on Amazon. You can send me questions at global@alexiglesia.com, and kaironauts.com will have some information. If it doesn't right now, it will soon. Thank you so much. Thanks for being epic. Thanks for choosing to be a Kaironaut if you do, and playing with it if you're not there yet. Love you so much.